Open Forum for CSO Development Effectiveness is essentially a global process whereby civil society is undertaking the task of defining the principles that guide their work as development actors, the guidelines, mechanisms, and indicators that can help us to understand how we're applying those principles, and then on the external side, looking at making recommendations on enabling environment conditions that donors and governments can provide in order for CSOs to do their work well. The way we are undertaking this process is a series of national consultations. We're undertaking consultations in about 70 countries around the world, talking about these issues, and really generating a momentum for the dialogue and activities around effectiveness in development work for CSOs. We're also undertaking regional consultations as well as thematic consultations in order to make sure that we have a broad view of all the different aspects of CSO work and talking about effectiveness therein. We're undertaking this process within the mandate and activities around the Paris Declaration and the OECD DAC Working Party on Aid Effectiveness. To that end, the CSO processes are the Open Forum and also Better Aid, who are working with governments and donors to monitor and talk about how they're implementing the Paris Declaration and how it's working and how it's not. So there's a lot of CSO involvement that's happening around effectiveness, leading up to the fourth high-level forum in Busan, which will be happening later this year. Irish NGOs have various ways they can get involved in the process. Aside from having attended the national consultation today, they can get in touch, for example, with DOCUS, who is the national platform, as you know, in Ireland, who are an excellent and leader around these CSO development effectiveness issues in Europe. You can also get in touch and get involved with the CSO Effectiveness Working Group that's set up by Concord, who is the European platform for development NGOs. And they're doing a lot of work for the region in a collective way around development effectiveness. Irish NGOs can also get involved in terms of the national consultation, or the thematic consultations. We have consultations going on around CSOs and gender, CSOs in situations of conflict. There's also a particularly relevant thematic consultation going on around INGOs and ICSOs and international work. And particularly some of these issues around North-South relations among civil society actors is going to be particularly relevant for Irish NGOs.